Quebec, Canada, fighting Troy the Destroyer Dorsey, 12 rounds for the World Super Lightweight Championship.
What are you going to do now as far as kickboxing?
First, I want to thank God, say hello to my wife, Shelly and Kendra. Happy birthday, Shane. And thank all of my instructors and students at my school. Now, pick up kickboxing and boxing both again and go out there a world title.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you. All right.
The winner and still Hurricane World Super Lightweight Champion of the world, Troy the Destroyer Dorsey!
Hello, Destroyers. I'm Troy Dorsey. Thank you for joining us today. And today we have our guest, my longtime friend, my fellow martial artist, kickboxer, all wrapped up all in one. This is Mr. Mike Preston. How you doing today, Mr. Preston?
I'm doing fine, thank you, sir. So glad to be here.
Yes,
I'm just honored. I'm in shock.
Yeah. well, thank you so much for coming today. And Leroy Sanchez, we'll have to get him. I have to get him on one day.
Yes.
Also, yeah. So he's another martial artist friend of ours. He's a mutual friend of ours. We've been around him for 45 years, probably, something like that.
Well, that's how I met him, is through you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, remember you took me, we were doing kickboxing together, and we went over to train at his gym with his dad, remember?
Oh, yes, sir.
All those years back, and we get in that ring, and Leroy come with us. And
Now I remember.
yeah. That's one of the few things that, knowing you and getting to meet you and train with you and become one of my best friends, and longtime friends, I get so many other opportunities have opened up for me.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, you know, and I just can't. I'm in shock sometimes over it. You know,
Yeah.
it's just unbelievable. The things that just because knowing you, so many more things have come into my life. It's
Thank
just
you
amazing.
very
I
much.
love that.
That's a huge compliment, and I really appreciate that because I didn't know. Thank you for saying that, because if you wouldn't have said it, of course, I wouldn't have known. But thank you very much. Thank you for joining us today. And it's we don't get to see each other much, but we always have a great time.
It's like we never left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's pick right back up where we left off. Yes, sir. Okay, so how old were you when you started martial arts?
Between 13 and 14.
Okay. 13 and a half then, huh?
Yeah, somewhere in between there, you know. Back then, martial arts was very rare to be around, and it was...
Was that 60-something?
Yeah, 69.
69.
Yeah, around
Yeah,
that time.
yeah. Martial arts schools were
70.
few and far between.
They were.
So.
And they put me in because I was a troubled youth. I was in trouble, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't always behave.
Right.
And so.
Well, that's what martial arts is known for, and even back in the 60s when it was the blood and guts days where they didn't have gear and no fighting equipment, you just wore your mouthpiece and you wore your cup. That was it.
That's it.
But still, even then, it was helping children become better people.
It was, and I'm glad my dad was smart enough to put me in it.
Yeah.
Because he knew I needed it.
It's one of the smartest things he ever did, right?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Because it helped save my life.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
You know? And look, from that, what happened from that is I continued to train, went and became a black belt at a school, you know, and then continued on from there. And then, you know, eventually I kept training and got into kickboxing. You know, got my black belt in martial arts, got kickboxing. And then I moved to Texas in it was 82, right?
Okay.
When you and I met.
Right.
And so just because of those early beginnings, I got to meet you, and it just kept growing bigger and bigger.
Yes.
You know, it's just amazing.
We have an amazing God, don't we?
We do.
He just opens up He opens up so many doors for you because of martial arts, to do this. Because if you wouldn't have been in martial arts, of course we wouldn't be sitting here today.
We may not be.
But you might be a plumber up in where you used to live.
Yeah, I might be. I might be.
Nothing against plumbers, but it's nothing like martial arts. You know, I respect all people who do plumbing and doctors and lawyers and stay-at-home moms and stay-at-home dads. I respect, no matter what it is that people do for a living. So
yeah. I
wasn't saying anything against plumbers.
This is just our calling.
Yes, sir.
Because every time, like I've stepped away from, God always brought me back.
Right.
always brings me right back to it.
Yeah.
And I started out.
He picks you up by the collar.
Yes, is
like,
it?
like you're a dog. You go by the
Here you
collar,
go.
but you go back over here.
Okay, I start going this way. He goes, oh, there you go, back over here.
Yeah, yeah.
And and because of meeting you, in the 80s, we trained together, we fought together, we did kickboxing matches together, and then that's how I met Chuck Norris and got to work for him for the Kickstart Kids program.
Right.
And even though I had left that program for a little while, guess where I am now?
Right back with Chuck Norris.
Right where God wants me.
Mr. Chuck Norris.
God put me right back there.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, sorry, you're coming back."
Yes, sir. Yeah, and there with children, tell us a little bit about what Kickstart does. It used to be called Kick Drugs Out of America.
It did.
And now it's called Kickstart with Chuck, and he is the founder of that organization. And it's how many states are y'all in now?
Well, we're in just the state of Texas.
Okay.
But we have 4 regions now. It's going to be North Texas, which is up this way, and then you have Houston.
Okay.
Okay, and you have El Paso now, and Austin all have schools, and it's all middle schools, and it's designed to teach kids values through martial arts like responsibility, discipline, self-control. All kindness.
What that changes people's lives. It's amazing what martial arts how it does that.
It does, and it's the mission of the program.
Right.
Is to teach and save children's lives. It's the whole idea behind it.
Right.
And so and like I said, I was a troubled kid, and martial arts saved my life. And so sometimes I'm not sure if I'm getting paid back or getting paid forward.
Yeah.
Some of the things I did, but I believe I'm getting paid forward.
Yes,
so
sir.
and because the kids sometimes don't always behave, but they are at heart all good kids, and we got to try to help them.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Of course, me and you were perfect kids, right?
I know.
So just next time you have one of them little hard to get into their head or you can't get them to mind, just think of Troy Dorsey, because I didn't mind my teachers. I think I did because I was afraid of what I would get home. When I got home, my dad would make sure that I never did that again.
Well, also, you saw my kids. You come to this belt ceremony, you saw them, and I had the honor of having Mr. Dorsey come to my belt ceremony and hand out the belt rings to my kids, and I'm telling you, that's something they're never going to forget.
Yeah.
And they still remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I see them. I still go see them every day, and I talk to them, and I say, "Hey, you remember Mr. Dorsey?" And they go, "Yeah, well, yeah." And they were so glad for you to come. I'm not kidding. That was like, I love that, man. It was beautiful.
I think maybe we call that the icing on the cake.
It really was.
I'm so fortunate too to be able to be a representative of martial arts to stand strong against drugs and alcohol and anything bad.
Yes.
It's just like sin. God, and you either sin or you don't sin, and of course, we want to try to. We're going to sin, but we want to try to limit that as much as possible. So to be a good adult husband, brother, son, that's what I'm supposed to be.
Right.
So that's what you're doing there at Kickstart, just helping those kids grow up to be better kids, so that they grow into being successful, responsible adults.
That's the whole idea. Try.
Yes, sir.
I do my best. I work with all of them.
Yes, sir.
Even the ones that don't want to do it, I try to talk them into doing it.
Yeah, you're a good force feeder, right?
Sort of.
For-
I try to teach without them realizing I'm teaching them.
Right.
And that's really a sign of a good teacher. And I'm going to tell you that because of training with you all these years, it's made me a way better teacher. I mean, I've become a better teacher over those years. I mean, I've trained before I met you.
Right.
And then when I met you, I got better.
Yeah.
And I got way better.
Right.
So, I mean, I really, that
Yeah,
means
you were
a lot
teaching
to
at
me.
my school in Dallas.
I did. We taught together for about 20 years.
Yeah.
Close to that.
I think this is 2025.
Yeah.
That was in early 90s, right?
80s, 90s.
80s and 90s. That's a long
Yes,
time ago.
Long time ago.
Yes, sir. All right, good. So you trained and taught under me for 20 years. What was that experience like? And what did you gain from it?
Oh,
Take away.
it's been one of the best experiences of my life. I'll never forget it. And I've got so much, not just better at martial arts, but I've created so many more friends and so much more. Like, look where it took me. It took me from going from being with you, going to meet new people, and then going to work for Kickstart Kids and meet Chuck Norris and meet all these other people, and I mean, it just goes on and on. It's like it never stops.
Right.
You know, and here, look at me today.
Yeah.
You called me up last night, right, and said, you know, when you want to be on a podcast, and I go, I was just like, I was so happy. I was just going, oh yeah, of course I want to.
All right.
So, you know, that's just, you know, so all those things, you know, and of course I know your family, you know, I get to meet your mom and dad, they're great people.
Right.
And your brothers and, you know, and Leslie and everybody and your kids and plus even my daughter got her black belt under you.
Oh, yeah.
Which is another, like, another great thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it just goes on forever.
Well, to God be the glory. He put us all together, and it says in the Bible that all things happen for a reason for those that are called according to his purpose.
Yeah.
So,
And that's where we are.
Well,
because working with you all these years and knowing you, it put me in this position to be working with these kids to help them. So look how far what you've done come with me, and now look how many more people we're affecting. There's so many more.
Right.
And that's a wonderful thing.
Yes, sir.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that with me. I didn't really know. I never looked at it that way. Like I helped him get here. No, I never thought about that.
I know you don't, because you're so humble and you're such a nice person, and you just did it out of your heart.
Yeah.
You know, because when we met, we kind of just automatically became friends,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
And we were boxing each other and fighting each other.
Yeah.
But, you know, we just had a great time. We became friends automatically.
Yeah.
And every time, like, we might have parted for a little while and come back.
Yeah.
Still the same.
I don't ever remember a time where I was like, man, that Mike Preston, he shouldn't have done that. Or not one time have I thought anything like that you did against me. Not one thing. How could you be friends with somebody for that long and not have them do something to you? I never had you do anything mean to me, or you've always been nice and kind and loving and caring, and it's been a great friendship.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Thank you. I love that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, because, you know, there's other people we've met before, and, you know, you kind of get in little arguments here and there. And
Yeah.
We haven't argued
No, because, you know, we just don't. I don't know why. We just get along,
yeah.
you know?
Yes, sir.
Same kind of people, sort of, you know?
Yeah.
Different parts of the world, but same kind of person, you know? I think that you are far better at me than martial arts. I mean, you're a world champion. I'm not a world champion, but, you know...
But you train like one.
But I try to train like one,
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
And I like that part of it better, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm not a spotlight person, you know? It's hard for me to do that, you know?
Yeah.
But like I was nervous today a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm okay because it's you, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, just relax. It's simple. It's simple. So you trained and you taught 20 years. Let's see, we've covered pretty much all that. Can you share a memorable story or lesson from your kickboxing career?
Yeah, I can. There's a few, but
I gotta tell one story.
okay, you tell yours first.
We were in what city, what state was that in?
Natchez, Mississippi.
Natchez, Mississippi, and I was the main event on that card, and I was helping work your corner, and Mike Preston ran across. So here they introduced the fighters, and his opponent was here, and Mike was here. And they said, ding, the bell rang. Mike Preston ran, did a jump flying side kick, and knocked that guy down. Down. They backed him up, gave the guy the 8 count. He came back, and how much farther did it go after that? Do you remember?
I think it only went very short, and I think it only went to one or maybe about 10 seconds into the second round, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't last long.
Yeah.
No, but that's because, you know, I had a great trainer. This guy right here, he trained me to do that, and I did it.
It was amazing. It was amazing to live like we've lived and done the things that we got to do together. It's been amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my most memorable fights. Actually, was that fight, and you know, being there with you, and you know, being able to do that.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
It was. What's the hardest transition for you from being a fighter to becoming a teacher and mentor?
It really wasn't a hard transition. It actually it helped me because now I have more skills and I could teach better and I could teach the kids how to defend themselves. plus still have self-control, and so it really wasn't a difficult transition at all. It was a godsend. It was a help, to have all that training, not just traditional martial arts, but full contact fighting. So I could go both sides of the coin. I could teach both.
Right.
And so it was really a big help, actually.
Good.
It wasn't hard at all. I love teaching.
Good. So Kickstart Kids experience. So after decades in martial arts and kickboxing, what made you decide to work with Mr. Chuck Norris in 2020 with Kickstart Kids?
Well, I was sitting at your school. You were out of town on a fight, and I was watching your school for like a couple of days.
And that was in Dallas?
That was in the one on
Garland Road.
Garland Road.
Oh, okay.
The original school, right? That was like a landmark.
Oh, yeah.
In Texas. I mean, boy, everybody wanted to go there
Yeah.
because it's famous,
Right.
And
I think that Alan Steen opened that school to be a school. I think that building in 1961 or 62.
right.
I think it was 62. Yeah.
Right. And well, I was sitting there at the desk, my feet up, waiting for the kids.
You're taking care of my school for me.
Waiting for the students to come in, getting ready to teach class. And this big giant guy comes walking in. He's big, with 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Walks in, and he goes, very respectful. I could tell that he had maybe some training.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm looking for a place to train. And I said, well, come on in. My name's, I introduced myself, and I said, this is Mr. Dorsey's school. He's out of town right now, but I said, he introduced himself, and he didn't tell me that he was working for Chuck Norris, that he was a Chuck Norris student or anything like that. He didn't tell me anything about himself.
Right.
And I said, well, you got your stuff with you? I said, come on, bring it. You can train tonight.
Yeah.
Start today.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? And then, so he goes, well, no, it's at home. I said, well, how far do you live? I said, go get it and then come back.
Yeah, because you live like a half a mile away.
He did, and then that was a guy named Mr. Robert Sapp.
Oh, yeah.
And I would tell you and that's how I got into Kickstart Kids was Mr. Sapp watched me teach at Troy's school, quite a few times. He watched me teach, and he asked me to come work for Kickstart Kids. And so I transitioned over to Kickstart Kids. And I wasn't sure I wanted to do it because it's a big change. Going into a school system from a commercial school is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And then after that, Robert Sapp and I became longtime friends, and Mr. Dorsey and Mr. Sapp became longtime friends because Mr. Sapp started training there and ended up teaching there.
Oh, yes, sir.
Too for you, right?
Yes, sir.
And then, so that's how we all became friends, and I got to work for Chuck. So it all just comes together,
Right.
Just so that's one of my favorite stories.
You know what? If we, right now, or even when we were kids, if we try to make up this story about all the things that happened, all the things you got to do, and all the things I got to do because of martial arts,
Yeah.
we couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
It's just amazing. God's hand was on us, and we were working for Him to help people become better people.
Become better people.
That's our goal. Help a person become a
And
better
you've
person.
helped many. I've seen you. I mean, this guy's a phenomenal teacher. He's one of the best martial artists in the world. I mean, a world champion. He's had 60 fights, or how many you've had, more than that even. And that's the professional ones. That doesn't count all the amateur fights and the times that we fought each other about 1,000,000 times. So, but I just can't imagine not having you in my life. It's like brought me so far. And of course, look at you. You've met many people, and you've been around the world. So that's like an amazing thing too. And you're so humble. You wouldn't even know it. You talk to this guy, and if I didn't say it, he wouldn't say it. I brag on him all the time.
Well, thank you for saying that. Yeah, that's the goal. I know sometimes I get where I have some pride, and I brag about myself, about what's done, and say, hey, look up on YouTube. There it is right there.
Yeah.
Or on Google. So, but yeah, I need to be humble, and I'm glad that you see that in me. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. Okay, so let's see here. How teaching martial arts in school Is it any different from teaching at a dojo or a fight gym? Of course it is.
There is a difference, you know. I mean, a fight gym is more lax. It's a different atmosphere. People are there it's more full contact.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a different type of training. So traditional martial arts, though, at a dojo is going to be more where you're going to wear your karate suit,
Right.
and you're going to have certain ways to step and move, and you have to do all these certain things to achieve your belt rank. So, whereas a fight gym, it's not about belt rank anymore.
Right.
It's more about just training and fighting and learning to be better.
Right. How do you blend your competitive background in kickboxing with the life skills focusing Kickstart Kids?
Well, it makes me more self-confident, of course, and it gives me more to teach them.
Right.
You know, and it. So what's the question again? In kickboxing.
Okay, so here we go. How do you blend your competitive background and kickboxing with the life skills focus of kids?
Same thing,
So
self-confidence, right? It builds self-confidence, so I instill self-confidence in them. And so through, and it helps me to teach them better. I mean, it just helps me to teach better.
Yeah, kids, if they develop the mindset of, I can do it.
Yes.
I will do it, and I will succeed. Those things that I know that y'all work on, and just like at my martial arts school, we teach those kind of things.
Yes, and that's a perfect way to put it.
Right.
You know, yeah, it's hard to explain that. That's a question I'm going to think about. But it does help the kids, and that's the main reason to do it.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it is nowadays I believe in the mission.
Yes, sir.
And I do it, and I know that God put me here for that reason.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I believe so also. Let me see here, what I got here. Have you noticed that students respond differently when they realize their teacher has been in the ring?
They do.
They do?
Yeah, because they want to see. And I've showed them one or two of my fights that I've had on tape. You know,
Yeah.
I know that's the only ones I got left, but
Right.
and then so they look at that, they go, "Oh yeah, ooh, Mr. Preston," and then they train harder.
Yeah.
They like it because they see I did it, and so they go, "Well, if he can do it, I can do it."
Yeah.
You know, and I tell them, "Yeah, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it."
Right.
Right. And I don't make them do anything that I don't do.
Right. Yeah, it's just giving them the I can attitude, you know, that I can do it, I can do it. So many,
can do it.
so many children hear from parents or aunts or uncles or grandparents, oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do that. Well, martial arts gives you the I can. So I like to think of can't, it's a bad four-letter word. Can't.
It's negative.
Because I can do this and I can do that and I can, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to and I will.
You will.
So I
And
changed-
you know, you've instilled that in me too also. You understand that, right? Because
No.
we're training together, you had that attitude and it had me get that attitude even more.
Right.
So that's a good thing too, right there.
Yes, sir. All right. Okay, so how have your teachers influenced your own style of as an instructor? So how have your teachers influenced your own style as an instructor?
Made it better. I'll add to it. I take one system. I have black belts in two systems and an honorary black belt in another system. And so I put them all together, and from all those people that I've learned from, it becomes myself, but it helps me just to be a better teacher, you know, all the way around. You know?
All right. Yeah, martial arts is good. There's a Bible verse that reminds me of it. As iron sharpens iron, so another man sharpens another man. That's what it's talking about. Helping people with the word, helping people in life.
Yeah,
Iron sharpens iron.
yeah, it does. And it's not just that, it helps everyone. Like, I'm not just talking about doing karate, but in regular life, like, I know I'm respectful, I'm kind, you know, I help people, and that's part of being a martial artist.
Oh, yes, sir.
You know, and so I believe in that, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have to, well, we teach it all day, and because we teach it, we kind of got to be accountable, but at the same time, I don't feel like I'm forced to be good or to be kind or be nice. I don't feel like I'm forced. I just feel that's a trait.
It's a
for
trait.
people. Yes, sir.
It is. And me
Yeah.
too. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I like being kind to people. I like helping them.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Yeah, well, that's what God put us on this earth for, to help.
And you help, so, like you're the same way, you know, we're the same. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's my goal. So what are the top qualities you hope every student takes away from your classes? If you could pick one thing, what would be that thing that you would hope they gained?
Honesty.
Honesty.
Yeah, but it can't be one, but if it's one, honesty, I want them to be honest.
Right.
Because if they're honest with themselves and others, chances are they're going to be respectful, they're going to show kindness, they're going to have responsibility.
Yeah.
So if they're, if they're honest, usually people like that.
That's a great trait. So
are
that
successful.
honesty is up here, like that's the umbrella, and all the other things, like you said,
kinda fall underneath
respect
that.
and focus, all those things are under that. Yeah.
And I've never been asked that question before, and I had to think about it for a minute, because I think all the values that we learn and show other people are all important.
Right.
They're all important to me.
Yes, sir. How do you push advanced students while they're still encouraging beginners?
Well, the advanced students, you can't leave them sitting, because you got to get them, motivated, right? You got to keep them going, but at the same time, you got to look at your beginner students and help them too. So it's a learned skill to teach different belt ranks at the same time.
You're a juggler. You get two or three classes going at the same time, or two or three different kinds of students that are beginners and intermediate and advanced, and that's got to be a juggler.
And it depends. Like sometimes what I'll have the kids do is I'll have like the beginners maybe sit for a minute and watch the advanced students go through their stuff.
Yeah.
And then the advanced sit down and they have the other ones come up. And then they work on their stuff that they have to know, right? Because it's so different, right? Because they're so separated, right? So, but it's basically the same. And then and then have them all stand up and do it together.
Right.
And they all become like together, and they help each other too. Like the other higher ranks help the lower ranks, and like that. So yeah, you put it. It's a hard skill to do. Some people can't teach mixed classes.
Right.
But I know I've learned it at your school how to do that. How to teach mixed classes.
Well, thank you.
Because we did that.
Yeah.
Right. We had different belt ranks in the whole place.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I learned that through you, actually.
Well, thank you very much. Okay, what's one lesson from your fighting career you find yourself passing on to most often?
Say that again, please.
What's one lesson from your fighting career you find yourself passing on most often?
Keep your hands up.
Keep your hands up.
And block. Don't get hit.
Yeah. Keep your
I do
hands.
pass that on a lot. Because I
Yeah.
always tell my students, keep your hands up. Cover. Don't get hit. Move. You know. So it depends. That's for sparring, right? And so that's.
And really, that's kind of like a whole life lesson thing. In this world, you got to keep your hands up.
You kind of do.
Right.
You got to
If you don't keep your hands
up. Surroundings.
Yeah.
Look around. Be aware what's around you. Still be kind. Still be nice. Keep your hands up.
Keep your hands up. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. What's been your proudest moment as an instructor so far?
Well, God, I've had so many kids that I've taught over the years now, and some of my proudest ones are seeing. I had a young person who was troubled, had problems, and had a rough life, home life, no self-discipline and no self-control, very sad.
Right.
Coming into the class, and after a year of teaching them and training them, and maybe 1 or 2 years, they have come out of their shell and they've gotten their self-confidence, and they've become like a good person and feel better about themselves.
Yeah, they're confident in themselves.
Right.
So they're just automatic. It doesn't come automatic. It takes lots of kind of like sharpening a knife. It takes a while to do it the right way.
It takes a lot of patience.
Yeah.
And you can't expect a lot. You got to be careful, And but I've had a few kids like that, and I don't want to mention any names or who they are, but
Right.
I've had a few kids like that come in the program, or even when I taught at your school, we had kids that were like that, with not self-confidence, and they come back up and they make their black belts.
Yeah.
You brought a lot of people to black belt.
Yes, sir.
That's an amazing thing right there. and you've helped me how to do that. You know, so now I get to do it.
Thank you for giving me lots of credit. But you're doing all the work.
Well, I do the work, but
using part of what I did, but and what
and
you
I have
see.
other people, you know, like when we talked about Mr. Sapp, he's taught me a lot. You know, of course, Mr. Norris have taught me things, and I've had many instructors over the years that have taught me how to, you know, be a good teacher.
Right.
And even school, I've had my principal at my school who had taught me how to be a better teacher, because when you're in a school system and you're teaching, it is so different compared to like a traditional martial arts school,
right?
Because now you're in a school setting. You know, I use a chalkboard. I draw diagrams. I do pictures. I teach them. I spoon feed them. You know, I teach them like a teacher.
Yeah.
Like, and I've become a better teacher because of it.
All right.
Again,
you got to figure it out.
People teach me how to do that,
yeah.
And I take it in and I use it, and I give credit to some of my staff members that I work where the schools I work at. They've helped me to become a better teacher. And
yeah.
Teachers are amazing people.
Yes, sir, they are.
They give their lives and their heart to everything.
Right. Yes, I believe the school teachers. Oh my gosh, they're teaching. They teach life lessons automatically. I mean, not automatically, but how that teacher is going to act toward each child. I've had some really loving, kind teachers, really, and they're just amazing. Like you being a teacher, but what I mean is, teachers in the school, they see kids every single day.
Every day.
That's tough. It's underpaid and overworked.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
But it's a mission, it's a passion, and if you don't have a passion for it and you're just doing it for the money, you're not going to make it.
Yeah, and I don't mean to say they're not making enough money, but I do feel like they need to make more money because they're forming the nation for our next generation.
Yeah.
So,
yes, sir.
If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice before your first fight, what would that be?
Train hard, fight easy.
Yeah.
That's my best advice I can give. Train hard, fight easy, and just know that, you know, I remember the first time I got in the ring, I was like super nervous. You know, I was like scared to death, right? Once I got in there, started going, I went away.
Yeah.
And I won.
Yeah. 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 What does Taekwondo play in your life? Let me start over. What role does Taekwondo play in your life now compared to when you first started? I mean, there's...
Well, it's my base, you know. I mean, you know, you get a base in karate through traditional karate, you get a base. And then I became a kickboxer and a full contact fighter. And, you know, and I'm still a traditional martial artist also. So they all kind of go together, you know, I think the Taekwondo was a very good base. Well, my first art was judo, and then I went to another art called Shito-ryu, which is Japanese. And then I got into Taekwondo, which is Korean. And they all kind of played a part, because if you have a really good base, like good stances, and you become a better fighter.
Right.
You know, it's a good base to have.
All right, good. Good. When do you see martial arts? Let me start over. They can cut this out. So when I take these heads, you know what I'm talking about? They can edit it.
That's good.
Where do you see your martial arts journey heading in the next 5 or 10 years?
I see it heading that's hard to answer. I kind of go year by year.
Yeah.
You know, so far at Kickstart, I've worked there in the 90s. And then after I taught with you and I trained all those other years, I worked at Kickstart for a while. I worked at Southwest Airlines after that for about 20 years.
Yeah.
And I still trained and worked out and everything. And then I came back to Kickstart Kids. And then, so now I go kind of year by year. Mr. Sanchez, who is my supervisor for Kickstart Kids, and you know, of course, our longtime friend, he goes, well, Mike, he goes, you going to make it next year? I'm going to make it, sir.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so we got another year, right? So this year, I stepped down from a full-time instructor to a full-time substitute instructor. I teach at all the schools for Kickstart Kids. So
when someone's absent or can't make it.
If they're absent or, and that's where I like to be, you know, because I affect more children. Actually, I get to meet more kids all over the whole system instead of just at one place.
Right.
And so I can help all of them if I can.
Right.
You know, I try to help.
And they don't just put anybody in any instructor in that position. You got to be able to adapt.
You got to be able to adapt to different schools, different
Yeah.
kids, different rules.
Right.
You have to know every school.
Yeah.
And so I keep all track of that.
That says something about you for sure. For sure. What's one misconception people have about martial arts and martial artists you'd like to clear up?
That it's about fighting. It's really about not fighting. It's about becoming self-confident, learning to fight so you don't have to.
Exactly.
And to be able to defend yourself, your family, and it's just a lot of fun.
Right.
It's a blast. I love it.
It is.
I love martial. I can imagine not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think sometimes about like giving up and saying, I'm gonna not do this anymore. I can't.
Yeah.
Every time I stop for one day, I go right back.
You
I
started
can't.
martial arts when you were how old, you said?
Between 13 and 14.
Okay, so you've been in martial arts almost 70 years.
Well, 57.
57?
Yeah, because I'm almost 70, so I'm 69, but I'm gonna be 70 coming up. So if I started when I was, say 13, let's say 13.
Okay.
Right? Then and now it's now I'm 70, so
60.
13 from 70 is 57.
Okay.
So 57 years.
Okay.
So I've got better at math too because I worked in the school system.
Well, you saw me count my fingers, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. What's your favorite kickboxing memory?
My favorite one is just being together. And I'm not going to say it's about a fight or a ring match or anything like that. My favorite kickboxing experience is getting together with like people like with Mr. Dorsey and Mr. Sanchez and all these people we get together and we train, and then we go and have dinner. And that's my favorite thing about martial arts is that you become like family.
Yeah.
And you just are together. And that's my favorite thing about it, is it's like the camaraderie of it.
Yeah, people, it's not the side kick, it's not the back fist, it's not the front kick, it's those things.
It's those things to me that are
yeah.
more important. I think friendship and, having people that have similar interests and, just being together. Look at us, man. We're like just, we're just friends. We're together. We talk about stuff. We have a good time, and that's the funnest part of it. Look, we even went to church together one time.
Yes, sir.
One time we did.
About a month ago.
About a month ago.
You came
And
to
so
my
that's
church.
an experience, too, that is, I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
See, so all those things they all come.
Yeah. Okay. What's the hardest fight you ever had?
The hardest fight I ever had was, I think I had the flu. I was sick. I had about 102 temperature, and you were my corner man, and I went into the ring. I was so sick, and I don't even know how I won. I was so sick, and after the fight, I was in the back room like throwing up, because I made it through somehow. I don't know how I got through those rounds, but I did, and that guy was hitting me, and I was hitting him back. I don't even hardly remember how I made it. So that was my toughest one right there. I thought for sure I didn't win.
Yeah.
And
You got the decision, though.
but I did somehow. I don't know. I guess God's looking out for me.
Oh, yeah.
I dreamed about that even the night before. I think I dreamed about the fight, but not the outcome.
Did you? Oh, not the outcome.
Yeah.
Oh.
God was like talking to me.
What's your favorite martial arts movies, or your famous? Not famous, but your favorite movie or fighter growing up?
Muhammad Ali was my favorite fighter of all time.
Oh yeah.
I just thought he was like wonderful, and I know people thought he was like outspoken and boisterous, but look what he's done. He brought fighting to the forefront, helped against prejudice, and helped against so many, and had so many good causes, and he was one of the best fighters in the world. I mean, he just was amazing.
Oh yes, sir. No doubt. Taekwondo kick. What Taekwondo kick do you like the most?
Spinning heel kick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just love that kick. It's fun, and it's great. And Mr. Dorsey, Troy, man, he's got one of the best back kicks I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen him hit someone with it, and I remember holding two shields like this, and you're throwing a spinning back kick, and I could feel it. It was like knocking me. I'm going, wow, man, without these, I'd be a goner. So, and that's your training for fights, and everything. You're throwing, getting ready. And I've seen you use that back kick in your matches and just like knock people right down and out with one kick. Amazing.
Yeah, it's a strong kick. Okay, go pre-class or pre-fight meals.
Oh, well, like nothing. Tuna, a can of tuna, juice, and protein bars, and trying to keep my weight at, because I fought lightweight was 139. I would normally like about 150 or 155.
Yeah.
So I had to keep my weight down. And so you go on a very thin diet, but you got to keep your energy up.
Right.
So you have to try to eat healthy, good fresh fruit, juices, and no drinking, no smoking, no nothing like that. You can't do any of those things. You discipline yourself. You give your whole self into that thing.
Right. Yes, sir.
And so that's part of all of it. That's the training of it, is you have to learn how to have a healthy diet.
Yes, sir. If you could step back into the ring with any fighter, past or present, who would that be?
Gee, past or present? Well, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Step in the ring with me?
I would.
Okay. Thank you. What's one thing your students would be surprised to know about you?
They'd be surprised to know about me that I'm just like them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a normal person, and I am. I'm just like they are. I'm not better. I'm not worse. We're the same. I think they would be surprised to find out that I have a life outside of school.
Right.
That I go home, I watch TV. I do things like a regular person.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a normal guy.
They've got you way up here on a platform.
They kind of do. They look at you like
Oh, yeah.
And I even tell them that. I said, we're not different. We're the same. I said, come on, let's train. Let's work out.
Yeah.
Get
That's
some.
good. Well, Mr. President, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you. I love you very much. And thank you for taking the day off, taking a couple hours off school. Thank you, Leroy Sanchez, for making it happen also.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I love
Thank
you,
you.
and it's been a joy to
I love you, sir, and I am honored to be here. I'm just so happy today. It's so much fun being here.
Yeah.
And to be able to do this, I would have never thought of doing this ever in my life.
Yeah.
But, and just to be here with you is just to see you. I mean, even if we weren't doing this, I'd be just as glad
Yes, sir.
to be here with you, sir. And I
thank you
love
so
you,
much.
sir. I do.
Love you too.
I want to
Thank
hug.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining us today. And you enjoy this, you like it. If you could, like it, share it. God bless you. And we'll see you next week.